Hi everyone, this is lecture 5 on topic time, speed and distance. In the last lecture, we learned about average speed. So today we are going to start off with another important concept, that is relative speed. Think of it this way. Imagine you are driving a car. Your speed is how fast you are going compared to the road. But what if you are also being passed by another car? That car's speed is relative to yours. So today we'll start with some basic ideas. Then we'll look at two examples. And in the next lecture, we'll also see how this concept can be really helpful in solving the problems. So I hope you all are ready. Let's dive in. Now, the first thing which I want you to understand in relative speed is how we calculate relative speed, what actually relative speed is. So relative speed is nothing. It is just speed of one body with respect to another. तो कभी भी अगर मैं एक बॉडी की स्पीड दूसरे बॉडी के कंपैरिजन में कैलकुलेट करता हूं तो ऐसी स्पीड को हम रिलेटिव स्पीड बोलते हैं. Now, to understand relative speed, what I have done, I have presented three examples in front of you. Let's look at the first example. Now, you can clearly see that a car is moving in this particular direction. Let's say this car is moving at a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. Now, my question to you is, what is the speed of the car? Please listen to my question very carefully. What is the speed of car with respect to the man who is standing? So you can clearly see a man standing here. So अगर मैं पूछूंगा कि कार की क्या स्पीड है with respect to a man who is just standing, who is stationary, you would say, sir, speed of car is going to be 60 kilometer per hour only, because the other thing, the man is not moving. Therefore, the speed of car with respect to man would be 60 kilometer per hour only. Whatever is the speed of car, the same would be the speed of car with respect to men. Let us look at the second example now. Now, in the second example, we have the same car which is moving at the same speed, 60 kilometer per hour. But there's a change here. The change is there's another car which is coming from opposite direction. Let's say the speed of second car is 80 kilometer per hour. जो सेकंड कार है इसका स्पीड ज्यादा है ना. और ये दोनों कार एक दूसरे को क्रॉस करेंगी. व्हाई? बिकॉज दे आर कमिंग फ्रॉम ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन. तो इस केस में इफ आई आस्क यू टू कैलकुलेट रिलेटिव स्पीड, तो इस केस में रिलेटिव स्पीड क्या होगा? स्पीड ऑफ कार 1 प्लस स्पीड ऑफ कार 2. So what is the formula when the two objects come from opposite direction? Simply add the speed of two objects. So 60 plus 80 is going to be the answer of my question. Now I want you to understand that what 140 kilometer per hour represent here. और इसको समझने के लिए अगर मैं एक एग्जांपल पिक करता हूं, लेट्स से हम ट्रेन का एग्जांपल पिक करते हैं. तुमने कभी भी ट्रेन में अगर जर्नी किया होगा तो तुमने इस चीज को रियलाइज किया होगा, जब भी दो ट्रेन एक दूसरे को क्रॉस करती हैं, ओवरटेक नहीं, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट क्रॉसिंग, जब वो ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन से आ रही हैं, तो तुमने ये रियलाइज किया होगा, एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा कि जिस टाइम पे क्रॉसिंग चल रही होती है उस टाइम पे मुझको स्पीड ज्यादा एक्सपीरियंस होता है. और रीजन क्या है कि जो दूसरे ट्रेन का स्पीड है ना, वो जिस ट्रेन में मैं बैठा हूं उस ट्रेन की स्पीड में एडअप हो जाता है. तो प्लीज रिमेंबर, रिलेटिव स्पीड का फॉर्मूला क्या होता है जब दो ऑब्जेक्ट्स ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में मूव करती हैं? इट इज ऑलवेज गोइंग टू बी द समेशन ऑफ द स्पीड्स. I hope this point is clear. And now let me discuss the third example. Now, in the third example, there's a little change. The car is moving in this particular direction. The other car is also moving in the same direction. The speeds are 60 and 80 kilometer per hour. Now, guys, one thing is for sure. After some time, this second car is going to overtake this first car. Yes and no? ये जो faster car है ना, which is moving at 80 kilometer per hour, ये फर्स्ट कार को ओवरटेक करेगी आफ्टर सम टाइम, दैट्स फॉर श्योर. और जब ये ओवरटेक करेगी, इफ आई आस्क यू व्हाट इज द स्पीड ऑफ कार 2 or what is the speed of faster car with respect to slower car, you would say, sir, when the two objects moves in the same direction, in that case the formula of relative speed is the difference, and we always calculate difference in this particular order: faster minus slower body. So if I ask you which one is the faster object here, you would say, sir, car 2. What is the speed of car 2? It's 80 kilometer per hour. What is the speed of slower object, slower body? It's car 1, 60 kilometer per hour. And when you calculate it, the difference is going to be 20 kilometer per hour. So guys, I want you to understand what this answer represent. This 20 km per hour represent the speed of car 2 with respect to car 1. Or I can also write down the same thing as the speed of faster body with respect to slower body. And please remember, whenever we calculate speed of two objects when they're moving in the same direction, we always calculate speed of faster body with respect to slower. You know why? There's a reason. The reason is कि अगर मैं तुमसे पूछूंगा कि ये जो कार 2 है वो 1 आवर में कितना डिस्टेंस कवर करेगी, you would say, sir, if I look at the speed of car 2, it's 80 किलोमीटर पर आवर. तो 1 घंटे में जो फास्टर ऑब्जेक्ट है वो 80 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा. In the same 1 hour, if I ask you how much distance would be traveled by this car 1, you would say, sir, only 60 kilometers. Now, if you compare, can you see that the second car is going to cover 20 kilometers extra distance? और ये 20 किलोमीटर एक्स्ट्रा डिस्टेंस जो कार 2 ट्रेवल कर रहा है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू कार 1, ये कितने आवर में कर रहा है? इन 1 आवर. एंड दिस इज व्हाट 20 किलोमीटर पर आवर रिप्रेजेंट है. तो सेम डायरेक्शन के केस में हमेशा हम फास्टर बॉडी का स्पीड कैलकुलेट करते हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू स्लोअर. इफ आई डू द वाइस वर्सा ऑफ दिस, अगर मैं इसका उल्टा करूंगा तो प्रॉब्लम क्या आएगी? प्रॉब्लम ये आएगी कि जो स्पीड का आंसर आएगा ना वो नेगेटिव आएगा, और नेगेटिव स्पीड हम कभी कैलकुलेट नहीं करते हैं. तो प्लीज रिमेंबर दिस. So from here, you have to just remember two cases. When the two bodies are moving in the same direction, the way to calculate relative speed is faster minus slower in case of same direction. But if the two bodies are moving in the opposite direction, in that case, relative speed would be simply the addition of two speeds. This is the only thing which you have to remember for solving the question based on relative speed. I hope you were able to understand this. Now, to give you some confidence, let us solve 2-3 questions based on this particular concept. Look at the first problem. A thief has escaped the jail and is traveling at a speed of 40 km per hour. 2 hours later, the policeman realized that the thief has escaped, and therefore the policeman starts the chase at 50 km per hour. Now, there are two questions which can be asked. First, after how much time will the policeman catch the thief? And second part could be, how far from jail will this point be? So we'll answer these two parts, but before that, let us understand the condition of the question. What is the situation? The situation is like there was a point, let's call it point J, which is representing jail. And from this point, the thief has managed to escape the jail. He is traveling at 40 km per hour. और जो रियलाइजेशन हुआ पुलिसमैन को वो 2 घंटे के बाद हुआ. कैन आई से दैट इन दीज 2 hours the thief must have traveled 80 kilometers of distance. Look at the speed of thief, it's 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर. और पुलिसमैन ने कब रियलाइज किया? आफ्टर 2 hours. एक चीज तो कंफर्म्ड है ना, एट दिस स्पीड in 2 hours he must have traveled 80 kilometers of distance. What is the formula of distance? Speed into time. So one thing is for sure कि जो अब thief होगा ना, he will be at somewhere here. Let's call it point X. और जो distance है इन दो points के बीच में, it must be 80 kilometers. इसका मतलब जब thief जेल से 80 kilometers आगे पहुंच गया है, उसके बाद पुलिसमैन की एंट्री होती है. And then he starts to chase the thief who is running at 40 km per hour. What is the speed of policeman? It's 50 km per hour. Let me ask you first question. क्या पुलिसमैन कभी भी thief को कैच कर पाएगा? The answer is yes. You know why? Because if you look at the speed of policeman, it is more than that of thief. So one thing is for sure, after some time, at some point, the policeman would be able to catch the thief. Now, to answer the first part of the question, after how much time will the policeman catch the thief, one commonsensical thing which you should realize, अगर तुम अभी डिस्टेंस देखोगे ना इन दोनों पर्सन्स के बीच में, पुलिसमैन और थीफ के बीच में, इट इज 80 किलोमीटर्स. और यू कैन ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड द सेम थिंग एज कि थीफ के पास अभी 80 किलोमीटर्स का लीड है. अगर पुलिसमैन किसी तरीके से इस 80 किलोमीटर्स डिस्टेंस को, जो कि थीफ आगे चल रहा है, इस डिस्टेंस को कॉम्पनसेट कर ले, यानी कि ये डिस्टेंस 0 किलोमीटर हो जाए, then I would say okay, the policeman has caught the thief. Why? Because then policeman and thief would be at the same position, at the same point. So what I'm trying to ask you, after how much time the distance between the two would be 0 kilometers? This is what we are trying to calculate. So guys, please focus. if you look at the direction in which policeman and thief is running, they are moving in the same direction. And whenever two bodies moves in the same direction, in that case, relative speed is simply faster minus slower. Who is the faster body? Policeman. Who's the slower one? Thief. 40. Find the relative speed. It's 10 kilometer per hour. So if I ask you what this relative speed represent here, you would say, sir, this is actually speed of policeman with respect to thief. Because policeman is a faster body here and thief is the slower body. So speed of policeman with respect to thief is 10 kilometers per hour. It means policeman हर घंटे thief के रिस्पेक्ट में 10 किलोमीटर ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करता है. तो क्या मैं इस बात को ऐसे बोल सकता हूं कि एक घंटे के बाद ये जो डिस्टेंस फिलहाल मुझे 80 किलोमीटर दिख रहा है, दिस आफ्टर 1 आवर दिस वुड बी ओनली 70 किलोमीटर्स. आफ्टर अनदर 1 आवर द सेम डिस्टेंस वुड बी ओनली 60. And once I keep on moving like this, I'll keep on doing this until the distance is 0. So if you try calculating how many hours are required at this relative speed, just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this way, it would take 8 hours. So this is the conventional way of answering this question. Once you were able to calculate relative speed, you could have answered this question in no time. All you need to do is, I want to calculate time, right? You know the formula of time, distance upon speed. How much distance? The policeman wants to cover 80 kilometers distance. He wants to cover an extra distance of 80 kilometers. At what speed? Instead of speed, I'm going to use the relative speed here. 10 kilometer per hour. So how much time would be taken by policemen to catch the thief? It's going to be 8 hours. So this is how easy it is. Using this simple thing, you would be able to get the answer of your first part. You don't need to do this conventionally. Simply use this formula, distance upon speed. Since I'm using relative speed, so I'll use the distance which is in between. And this way I would be able to get my answer. Simple. Now in order to get the answer of second part, how far from jail will this point be? Now one thing is for sure. The policeman is not going to catch the thief at this point, at point X. The point will be, let's assume this will be somewhere here at, let's call it point Z. Let's say at point Z, the policeman has caught the thief. It means the distance between two would be 0 kilometers. So I have to find what is the distance between these 2 points. What 2 points? Jail and point Z. Now, this is very easy. If I ask you who has traveled this complete distance, you would say, sir, policeman. Because policeman is the person who has started from point J and then he caught the thief at point Z. So to calculate a distance, all I need to do is I need to calculate the distance traveled by policemen. You already know the formula of distance is speed into time. Since I want to calculate distance covered by policemen, I'll just write down speed of policemen multiplied by time taken by policemen. Speed of policemen is 50. Time taken by policemen is something which I had already calculated, 8. Simply multiply, you would be able to get your answer. So the answer of second part is going to be 400 kilometers. I hope you were able to understand. Now, another thing which I want you to focus on, in order to find the distance traveled by thief, what you would have done, you would have multiplied speed of thief with the time taken by thief. Thief has also traveled for same 8 hours. You know, जब पुलिसमैन ने उसको चेस करना स्टार्ट किया, तो जितने टाइम में thief ये डिस्टेंस कवर करेगा, उतने ही टाइम में पुलिसमैन ने ये डिस्टेंस कवर किया होगा. That is for sure. So the same 8 hours at this speed, how much distance must be traveled by thief? You would say, sir, it would be only 320 kilometers. And when you compare, you would realize, okay, the policeman has covered 80 kilometers of extra distance. And this is what we wanted from him. क्योंकि thief के पास 80 kilometers का लीड था और इसी को कंपनसेट करने के लिए पुलिसमैन ने कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया 400 किलोमीटर. इट मींस जब पुलिसमैन 400 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करेगा उतने ही टाइम में थीफ ने कितना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया होगा 320 किलोमीटर. और जब उसने 400 किलोमीटर डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया, इस वजह से पुलिसमैन 80 किलोमीटर ज्यादा चल पाया और इसी वजह से पुलिसमैन और थीफ सेम पॉइंट पे आ गए, यानी कि द पुलिसमैन हैज कॉट द थीफ. आई होप यू वर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस होल एक्सप्लेनेशन. Okay, so if you have understood this, it is now time to discuss one final question based on this particular concept. On a straight road, a car traveling at a particular speed can see a bus 100 meters ahead. So what is the situation? There's a car. Let's call it point X. A car is moving at a certain speed. We are not aware about the speed of the car, but it can see a bus which is 100 meters ahead. So let's say there's another point Y. So a bus is 100 meters ahead, which is moving at 60 meters per second. I know the speed of bus, but I'm not aware about the speed of car. And I think this is what we want to calculate in this particular question. Now, what it says, after 20 seconds, the car is 50 meters ahead of bus. So what has happened? Please realize कि 20 seconds में हुआ क्या? 20 seconds के बाद जो कार 100 मीटर पीछे थी बस से, अब वही कार 50 meters का लीड ले लेती है बस से. Means now the same car is at this position, and this has happened in a duration of 20 seconds. 20 seconds के duration में, if I ask you what has happened, you would say, sir, in a duration of 20 seconds, the car has traveled. Please look at the position of car. The car has overtaken the bus, as well as it has taken a lead of 50 meters. So can I say कि in 20 seconds में कार ने बस के रिस्पेक्ट में 150 मीटर्स ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया. And if I ask you how much time is taken by car to cover 150 meters extra distance, you would say, sir, it has taken 20 seconds. You have the value of distance, you have the value of time. If you divide the two, 150 and 20, what will happen? You will get 7.5 meters per second. This is the value of speed, but what speed? This is relative speed. And if someone asks you, what case of relative speed, since the two bodies are moving in the same direction, and this body means the car is overtaking bus. So one thing is for sure, the speed of car must be more than 60 meters per second. Please realize this. कार का स्पीड बस से जरूर ज्यादा होगा, तभी 20 सेकंड में उसने क्या किया. देखो, बस तो अभी भी मूव कर रही होगी 60 मीटर्स पर सेकंड पे, लेकिन 20 सेकंड के बाद पहले तो कार ने 100 मीटर डिस्टेंस कॉम्पनसेट किया और उसके बाद 50 मीटर्स आगे निकल गया. इट मींस कार का स्पीड जरूर 60 मीटर्स पर सेकंड से ज्यादा रहा होगा. और इसी की वजह से क्या हुआ, कार ने बस के रिस्पेक्ट में 150 मीटर्स ज्यादा डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल किया इन 20 सेकंड. So if someone asks you what does 7.5 meter per second represent, so you are going to say, sir, it is relative speed. Relative speed of faster body with respect to slower body. You would say, sir, this is speed of car with respect to bus. I hope you can recall. जब सेम डायरेक्शन पे मूव करते हैं तो हमेशा हम फास्टर बॉडी का स्पीड कैलकुलेट करते हैं विद रिस्पेक्ट टू स्लोअर. So 7.5 meter is nothing but speed of faster body with respect to slower body. Once you know this, you know this that this is speed of car with respect to bus, and it is equivalent to 7.5. It is nothing but relative speed. What is the formula of relative speed when the two bodies moves in the same direction? Faster minus slower body equals to, according to question, it is 7.5. Simply plug in the values, you would be able to get the answer. Let me use this space. Speed of car. What is the speed of car? That is something which I want to calculate. What is the speed of bus? It is already mentioned in the question. It's 60 meters per second equals to, when I subtract the two, it comes out to be 7.5. The speed of car must be what? Just add 60. 67.5 meters per second. So this is another beautiful example to understand the concept of relative speed. I hope you were able to understand the two problems. So this is all in this session. But before I end this particular lecture, I want to show you one more question which I want you to solve on your own first. So treat it as a homework question. If you get your answer, please write down your answer in the comment box. So when I find the correct answer of the question, what I'll do, I'll just give a thumbs up so that the other students would be able to understand, okay, this is the right answer of the question. Okay, so with this, let's end this lecture. I hope you were able to understand everything. If you have enjoyed the session, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you and have a nice day.